good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Hawkshire, on this pre-match show. The Semifinal League Cup at Hampden versus Aberdeen is the one and only Albert. How are we doing, Albert?
I'm good, mate. How are yourself?
Aye, it's unusual for a Sunday that Old School Blues, the fittest out the four is on the show. It doesn't happen often, but there you go.
Stranger things have happened.
I believe you've got the team for us, mate, before we start talking.
I have, mate. It's McGregor, Tab, Golston, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Tillman, Kent, Morel, Sakala.
And the substitutes of McLaughlin, Kamara, Wright, Roof, McCann, Arfield, King, Devine and Lowry. Yeah. I don't think people will be shocked. I think I went for McGregor, some people went for McLaughlin. I think I said that Kamara might come back in for Jack, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jack started because he had a decent second half last week, mate. Apart for that, I think the team pretty much picks itself.
I think that's about our strongest 11 at the moment, isn't it? To start my 11 anyway, you know what I mean? I'm not really complaints about it. They played all right in the second half last week. Let's hope they do the full 90 minutes this week. But I enjoyed it last week. I've done well.
Aye. I said to old Davy's point, you know, it's rope a dope and you've got to wear times down, but sometimes our passing hasn't been great, which is frustrating at times. But when we started passing the ball in the second half, particularly after we got the goals, we looked a decent side, Albert.
Aye. Especially we up the tempo a wee bit. We've been saying it for long enough, folks. I mean, it's not new. We've been saying this for years now. If we play a certain tempo, we look a half decent team. Play anybody, give anybody a game. It's when that's walking football carry on that we seem to slip into for some odd reason. I don't know why we do, but we do. We look a completely different team altogether. But again, tempo up, like, nice passing game, good team.
Can I just give a shout out to Bobby for the Kevin Nisbet loyal with Kevin getting 2 goals again yesterday? Sorry, Walter. Since that debate opened, he scored 5 goals. Can't help it.
No.
And while I'm laughing, Super 6. Oh, mate. First result I checked. Accrington Stanley. Beat. Done. Couldn't do.
Oh dear. You should daily air kick-offs, at least give you hope for a bit of the day, you know what I mean?
Well, no, they were all 3 o'clock, mate. They were all 3 o'clock.
Oh, no. But they may as well at 5 o'clock, so give you a bit of the day.
They had to tell me stop taking early kick-offs, mate, because they were beat before the game started.
Before the show finished.
Anyway, fair play. I mean, has a go, and he'll get it one week. I'm sure he will. Right, okay, let's get these phone lines open. If you've got any thoughts on the team, surprised, no surprised, do you think it should be different? Let's hear from you. 0141 356 1972. Phone in, speak to the receptionist, and we'll sort you out, bring you on the show. Easy, Albert, isn't it?
Pumps, man. It's not easy, I can do it.
Yeah. Right, big game, mate. Semi-final of the League Cup. I suppose at the start of the season it's no one main concern, but obviously as things have developed this year, it's a big game, mate.
Oh, aye, it's a big game. You want to win it. And you want to win. And this is no exception, mate. So you're in it to win it. So let's go on with that. Let's not kid ourselves on. We're bigger and better than the League Cup. Well, no. We need to go and win this thing. And that's the end to it. More than capable of doing it, mate. More than capable of doing it. Attitude again. Attitude's right. As we keep saying, we turn up, we win. It's all down to us, mate. The whole lot's down to us. This game, and if you get to the final as well, it's just down to us. If we get the right attitude, we win it. But again, you're fighting yourself at times. But I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
What difference do you see that Beale's made?
It's just belief, mate. It's belief in all some. There's not a lot of players. Some of the players, and plus we're getting injuries back. I mean, we can't underplay that. I know the Scottish media and all that thing, they're using it as an excuse, but the fact of the matter is we played most of the Champions League with a temporary defence. We played most of the league this season with a temporary defence. You can't get away with it, mate. You just cannot get away. You get away with it for a wee while, but you can't. No sustained run. It was always going to blow up in our faces. And we kept going to this promised land after the World Cup. We get to the World Cup, we'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. Then we didn't get to the World Cup. We started losing silly, stupid points that we really shouldn't have lost, but we did. So I think it's the fact that he's got a bit better fortune than Van Bronckhorst had regarding injuries. He's getting some of them back. Still think Van Bronckhorst's style of football was garbage, but hey ho. He's instilled confidence. Look, we Sakala. I mean, you guys, he's instilled confidence. You heard the wee boy saying it himself. I feel like a football player now again. Because I don't think he treated that wee guy right at all. And that's one guy. That's obvious he wasn't treating him right. So what was he doing with the other guys? So Bill's come in and he's trying to get that team spirit again, that united spirit. You're all pulling in the one direction. You're helping your mates out. You're all got a one focus. So we've got that back to a certain degree. Kent's now starting to play. Don't get me wrong, he's still got a lot to do. I agree with Southside's analogy. He flatters to deceive at times that run across the park, but at least he's in the game now. At least before with Van Bronckhorst, he wasn't in the game. He was just mapped out of the game completely. So he's in the game now. Big Tillman's in the game. Morelos, he still isn't short of match fitness, but you can see he's getting there. The Lundstrom started to play well. Okay, he's not done a full 90 minutes well, but he's starting to play a bit better than he was playing. Jack's starting to play a bit better than he was playing. So a lot of these things are all contributing factors, mate. There's no getting away from it. And any football manager, any football team needs luck. You need luck, mate. And the luck for us is getting the injuries back to key players. And it's now starting to clear, which is good.
All right. People joining us all the time, mate. Give us a team and I'll shout out the subs.
It is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Tillman, Kent, Morelos, Sakala.
Substitutes: McLaughlin, Kamara, Wright, Roof, McCann, Arfield, King, Devine and Lowry. So a mixture of experience on the bench and boys trying to make their way. McCann, King, Devine, Lowry. Yeah?
Aye, good. Aye, good to see you, Lowry, not back in there. Aye, good. But these boys need to realise they're waking up. These chances don't come along too often. So they're living the dream right now, and their chance is right now. So they need to grab this chance. Many times they're going to get a semi-final or one of your major trophies in your league at professional level. It doesn't happen that often, so grab it. And it's all right saying, okay, it's only a League Cup in Scotland. Well, think of all the thousands of Fleetwood boys who've never ever played in the League Cup in Scotland.
I know, and also, you think back, you start talking about particularly cup finals and that, and I know it's a semi, but you talk about games against Aberdeen in the 80s and 90s, guys that scored winners in cup finals, and if we get to the final, we play them. Bizarrely, we're not going to VAR yet, but bizarrely, and guys have scored the winner against them, Yelovich and David Cooper for the spot, and the goal that Durant scored he'll kickstart the soonest revolution, so the League Cup is important. Anyway, we've been joined by the one and only Andy Felix, straight from Mass. How we doing, Andy?
Mass here, all right. Afternoon, guys. I'm quite happy with that team for what we've got there at the moment. I thought that the only change would be the keeper, and that's what he's done. So, it's up to us now to go out there and get it sorted, get into that final. What we need, Arthur, we need two halves out of them, don't we? That's been the problem even since Bale's come. But I think if we get in, try and get an early goal here to settle us. We don't want to be going on. That pack's not going to be great as well, so that could be a bit of a leveler, if you get what I mean. I think we can do it. Bit nervous, right enough. All the silent semi-finals and all that, but the League Cup's been good too, so it's time to start, bringing it back to us.
Football would do that, have a spare week and then have two games in the same park back to back, but they have played Wednesday, Sunday.
Yeah, well, I mean, why would you do that? I mean, that's, why do we always play second in that? Just putting it out there, But look, it doesn't matter really, does it? What the pack is, what they're going to do. We just got to make sure we do our business, and we do that. We'll be okay, I think, today.
Aye,
Scottish football is best, mate. Scottish football is best.
Aye. Andy's going on about two performances and that, and yeah, of course, I want us to play well from start to finish, but ultimately these games are about results, aren't they?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Especially semi-finals. I mean, all results, I'm lucky telling you that results matter. But anyway, semi-finals especially. Forget about performances and all this, carry on and get the victory. That's all you're after, get the victory. And get the job done. Because semi-finals, if you've played them, they're horrible games. They usually end up horrible games. Because if you get beaten them, if you've played in any or you've watched them and you get beaten them, it's just terrible. It's all that. Well, the League Cup's not so much all that work because there's no many rounds in the League Cup. You know what I'm saying? It takes you a while to get to these semi-finals in normal circumstances, so you definitely want to forget about performance. Win. Just win.
I accept your point, Andy. We turn it on to watch a good performance, but results first and foremost. And you're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning. What I was meaning was if we could get an early goal to settle us. I mean, I don't care how we get there or whatever the case may be, but it would be nice if we could get. We don't want to be. You know, we pummeled them the last time in that semi-final, but then look what happened. That Fergie topped in the end there because we couldn't score. We need to get that first goal, in my opinion. It doesn't matter if we score 4 or 1 or one more of them, as long as we're in that final. That's all I'm bothered about. I think we can do it today, right enough. You know, that's that team don't look too bad on paper now. You know what I mean? Even with the injuries that we've got, and if Beale, can get into them and get into the heat to, up their game even more and concentrate a wee bit more, we can go forward with this. You could have a better part, better second half to the season. You might no doubt about it. This week and next week is massive for keeping the season going. If we bought in the 2 games, you know what I mean? But if we win the 2 games, the season is going on, isn't it?
You just stop. Just let's take this one. I know you like a bit of doom and gloom. Anyway, we'll be joined by Gary. How we doing, Gary?
Aye, no bad. I'm looking. I'm feeling a bit positive about the day.
Good, mate. Good. Were you surprised at the team? Or are you happy with the team?
No, I'm happy with the team. No problems with the team today. I think obviously we went to Tannadice and the first half wasn't so good, but the second half we dominated it. So going on the back of that, and obviously the day, I mean, they'll be fired up, and we beat them. I kind of wasn't great the way we beat them at the Tawdry, and I mean, it was a bit of a depressing game of fairing to watch. But then the whole thing is, I think that he'll get them fired right up for this, and I think it could be a good 3-0 a day.
Albert, the trouble was with the Tawdry performance, we shouldn't have been 1 up. We should have been 2 or 3 up, and the game should have been done, shouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Aye, but then. I agree with that. I really agree with that. I mean, we should have. That's the thing this season, though. That's the wee bit that's kind of frustrated me. Is obviously the times that we should have taken our chances, we've not taken them.
Good shout, Gary. Albert, and you come, mate.
It's the old problem, isn't it, mate? We've had it for years now. We create some chances and we can't put teams away. Until we start doing that, we're always going to struggle. I'm more than confident we can put them away today. More than confident. It's just down to us. And don't get me wrong, you've got now your goal scorers starting to come back into your team as well. More goal scorers, I should say, coming back in here. Ruth coming back in. Because when you win 55, everybody forgets he was a top goal scorer. Him and Wee Defoe were banging goals in left, right and centre all over the place, and McGregor was stopping at the other end. So that's the foundations of winning teams, you know what I mean? Both ends of the park. But if we create chances, we need to start putting them away. We definitely need to start putting them away.
Gary?
I think the whole thing is, obviously the team isn't playing under Gio. Now that Bale's come in, the fit form again. Well, same form. It was a bit of a poor thing against Celtic, not to get the 3 points, obviously. But I mean, the whole thing is, regardless of that game, he's still unbeaten since he's came in. So we've got to keep our heads held high and just keep on believing, really believing that. God, I'm sounding like Marvin Andrews, but you get my job. You get my job.
Is that a bit of positivity there, Andy? There you go, a bit of positivity. On you go. You deal with that.
I said it was positive for the start. I'm not playing. Just get on with the show.
He's easy.
He's easy. He's easy.
Aye, that's all right.
Andy,
you keep thinking that.
Keep something positive, Andy. Come on, I know you've got it in you.
Come on, Andy. He's a positive thought.
Positive thought. Well, I think we'll win it. Well,
who's going to have a good game, Andy? Put it that way. Apart from Jack.
I think we'll steamroller them. How's that for a positive thought?
Oh, that seems brilliant. That seems brilliant. Well, here, listen, I'll tell you, what's everybody's predictions for the day, though? I'm going 3-0, obviously, but I've not heard everybody's opinions on the scoreline today.
Well, I'll not go to Andy because we know he's too Aberdeen.
2-0, 2-0.
Andy, what have you went for?
4-1.
We had a bet?
Aye.
4-1.
Well, see, my bets are always positive, so I'm not having that I'm not positive.
I know, but
they're always in the I4.
You collect us off to the south side.
I know.
Aye, all right, 4-1. I'm in Alberta, 2-0. That'll do me a nice 2-0. Before I go, because I'll let if somebody else is wanting in, before I go, I'll give you a bit of positivity. Here we go. No, the streets we broad and narrow will follow, we will. Follow, we will. Follow, we will. No, the streets we broad and narrow will follow, we will. We will follow in the footsteps of our team. God bless. Good old Gary boy, yeah?
I don't know that hymn. What's that hymn?
On a Sunday. Good on him. Good on him. A wee bit of positivity.
That's that, mate.
You were struggling there to join in, Andy. Put what else in?
Well, when I sing the songs, they've got add-ons on, so I thought I'd just stay quiet there.
All right, who are they going with? They've got Roos in goal, Scale, Stewart, McCrory, Dolson or Ramdiri. Shinnie's playing Duke, Clarkson, the centre forward, and Kennedy. So, sort of 4-5-1 if I'm looking at it, or maybe a 4-2-3-1. But listen, their team shouldn't give us any problems. If we play, Albert, we win.
Exactly, mate. I don't care how they say it. You know how they're going to say it. We're going to try and spoil it. It's normal. Keep it as tight as long as possible. It's nothing new. Put it this way, they're not going to spring any surprise on it. You've seen it and done it all before. And it's going to happen again today. So it's just down to us. If we ply ourselves, and we'll all break them down the border.
Aye. Who's the big players? If you pick out 2 players a day, who's the 2 players that's going to make the difference? Andy?
Well, Kent, if he plays, could be, one of them. And I would like to think Morales is going to have a cracking game. So given us their defence, I think he's not up to the task, and Kolak's better. So there's a good incentive for both to go out and put the ball in the ring a couple of times. I'd like to see that happen today. Jack and Lundstrom, I think he'll be all right in midfield.
If Kent and Lundstrom are vying for man of the match, you win the game. All better.
Aye.
Sorry, if Kent and Morelos are vying for man of the match, you win the game. Simple.
Aye. For me, it's the Carl and Tillman. The Morelos one, that's just to wind that wee guy up. You know what they're all about. They're trying to wind them up. They're trying to get them unfocused in the game and focus on the centre halves. That's what they're trying to do. It's usual nonsense. It's a boys' school attempt to try to do a bit of psychology. You know what I mean? It's a silly one. It's stupid. Where you just don't with it. You should be clever enough and wise enough to disregard all that nonsense and go on these games. Want to shut them up, son? Put the ball in the net and keep on putting it in the net. That'll shut them up.
Aye, I agree. Andy, a question for you. Do you think players are that interested in what other players say, really? Do you think?
It depends what kind of temperament they are, don't they? I think in this modern day, I don't think they're bothered about anything other. They just go about their business, don't they? So it shouldn't. I mean, back in the day, I used to like it myself. Like if I played and somebody, your rival won the game, you try to do them on the pack, and then at the end of the game, you made sure you did them. That was the way out. But you can't do that these days, can you? But no, I don't think it bothers players, to be honest with you. It's just all hot air, as Albert just said there, really. The only trouble is with that one, Morales should know, but we all know Morales is a different kind of character, don't we?
Yeah, you're right there, mate. You're right there, Alfie's got that. I don't know. We used to put it down to youthful exuberance. We can. I don't think we can do that anywhere, Albert, can we?
No, it's a big red button, and it's a big self-destruct button he's got, and that's what they're playing on. That's what they're hoping for. They're hoping he's going to press it and get involved with the centre-half and get him centre-half. And usual, he's still... We're not saying anything that nobody already knows. It's down to Morelos to say, show maturity, son. If you can't score, set the goals up for somebody else. But that's the way you hurt them. That's the way you really want to noise them up. That's the way. Don't start fighting them, because they want you to fight them. As soon as he gets near the end of the bracken with stones, they'll be rolling about. The usual carry on, you know what I mean? So don't get involved, but get involved. You know what I mean? Don't get involved in that, but get involved in the game. Don't let yourself get frozen out and be super cautious, or go the other way and get involved in fighting with them. So say, put the ball in the net, be positive the right way, put the ball in the net. If you can't put the ball in the net, set somebody else up to put the ball in the net. But that's the way you want to involve in the game. That's the way you want to impact the game. Disregard the noise.
Yeah. That was a bit of common sense there, Albert. I'm amazement, Andy.
Go on.
Amazement.
I'm getting on a bit of common sense. Somebody here writing a script for me as I'm saying it.
Oh dear. No, you're right about Morelos, mate. I mean, if you don't mind them getting involved in a physical contest, but it's let's just say that maybe the petulance, Andy, that it leaves yourself open to it.
Yeah, you should learn by now. Like I said, we've all been there. We've all been at certain ages and that, and you've got yourself into trouble. And then, sometimes eventually the penny switches. Don't you? Wait a minute, I'm doing my selling here and the team and all that. So just go out there and put in a effort. We know he can bully people. We know he can score when he gets his chances at times. One-on-ones he's not very clever at, but he scores goals that he shouldn't have. So, the incentive there, come on, you're in a semi-final, you've got that spot back at the moment, go out and prove yourself, you know what I mean? There's plenty of games to go. If he's going to stay past the window for him to, stand up and show that he's, what he can show us. We know he can do it. The only trouble is his best form's been in Europe. It's not great in Scotland, but I got a sneaky feeling for him today. I really have. I mean, just on that statement there, I think, it keeps you heat. He might get a brace there. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling today with him.
You're listening, Albert's going to give the team, and then we'll get the phone lines opened at 0141 356 1972. Phone in, come and join us. You can even sing if you want. Let's have the team, Albert.
Team is McGregor, Tav, Goldson, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Tillman, Kent, Morelos and Sakala.
Substitutes: McLaughlin, Kamara, right, Roof, McCann, Arfield, King, Devine and Lowry. Young Lowry back in the squad. Positive thing, Andy. Yeah, get him back. Get him involved. See what he needs to do.
Yeah, for me it's good. I don't like him being put back down the B team. I get all the logics, and we've spoke about it before right enough. And the big thing that's coming out about him is apparently his attitude. Well, if he's got a bad attitude, he's going to have to sort that. Young again, sometimes you think you know the world and all that. You don't. Somebody needs to put a hand around him if that's what he's doing and say, look, you got a massive opportunity here. On you go. But yeah, I'm not counting for him to come into games. If everybody's picked up on that before. I just want him around that subs bench and at 15, 20 minutes when they're tight. I just think he can do that little different thing. Only takes 1 minute to score that goal, and it opens up like what happened at Dundee United. You get that absolute brilliance from Sash in there. and then we went and followed it up with a second goal. And I think Lowry could do that coming off the bench. I like the boy McCann, but we've not seen anything of him, have we? I like the fact that he's on the bench as well.
Back in the squad. Bill's getting to see who he fancies, whatever. Right, we've got a quick talking about Michael Beale. We've got a quick interview for him. Let's see if we're gaffer.
As a manager, it's my first semi-final, so I'm really looking forward to it. I have to say well done to Gio and his staff prior to coming in for getting us to this stage and the players. And now it's a game to win. Performance and a win would be nice, but if I had to pick the two, it's about winning the game. It'll be won in the penalty boxes, and it's important that we're ruthless at both ends of the pitch.
The squad have had a full week on the training pitch since that game against Dundee United. How has that been this week?
Well, it was a very, very good result. It's a difficult place to go, and it was very comfortable. I thought we scored 2 good goals again. Fashion Sakala's in fine form, and so is Malik Tillman, which is a good place for us to be going into this game. We're playing an opponent that we know really well, so in terms of our preparation, there's a prior knowledge, having played each other twice this season. The last game had a lot of drama as well, didn't it? And obviously we left that pitch in a fine place. We know that we're taking a high number of fans to Hampden at the weekend, and we're looking forward to giving them a good day out. And that's the only thing that's on our thoughts at the moment, is winning this game and getting ourselves to another final.
Albert, you feel he's a confident lad and he's articulate?
Aye, I mean, he's a good talker, there's no doubt about it. Gets his points out as well. I think sometimes he talks too much at these interviews, but that's another thing. The other way, the opposite was with Van Bronckhorst. A happy medium would do me, somewhere in the middle. But aye, he's a good talker. And he's talking about the 2 players I was talking about as well. I mean, Sakala and Tillman are the two. I've just got a feeling that they turn up with it. Will absolutely destroy them. Absolutely destroy them. And just before we go any further, young Lowry, did you see his third goal during the week there?
Aye.
It was an absolute beauty of a goal. In any conditions, Oaks, you know what I mean? It was some goal. But he's getting back to Beale. His message is quite simple all the time, and there's nothing dramatic about it. There's nothing in depth regarding, this is really complicated what he's going on about. It's just quite simple, isn't it? Just win the game. It's a semi-final. Win the game.
You manage people, mate. You give them simple instructions to do a task, complicated instructions to do a task. But one gets done.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So you'll sit there and say, the boys are good now, when they get out of that onto the park, they're not under any misillusion or misunderstanding what they're supposed to be doing. They know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So that's the good thing about it. That's what I do like that about them. Simplify it, bring it right back to basics. It's just to pass the ball well. Simple, innit? Pass the ball well and shoot when you get a chance to shoot. I do like him. I must admit.
It's what your manager does for you, Andy. It's the KISS management, isn't it?
I'm the same with Albert. I think he's made up.
You never got that one, Albert.
No, I didn't. What was it you said?
The KISS management.
KISS management.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, right. All right, okay. I think the same as Albert. I think he's made open in what Gerrard was. But he's been honest with you, hasn't he? So what can you do? I've got a game time, haven't we? See what he does with his new players and all that.
I don't think he can win. People will pick holes of what you say after a game, but you say it before a game, you believe it, yeah?
Of course you do. I mean, he's honest, is refreshing, isn't it? I mean, you're coming from, the other guy, the Dutch guy there, that's gone. I mean, Christ, can he say that? I mean, I never even watched him when the guy sent him to me. I just listened to him when you put him on the radio, like when he spoke. There was nothing there that got you off the seat, was there?
Oh, no help me, Van Broek, because he was a cure for insomnia, wasn't he? He really was.
He was terrible.
He really was. But we're all smart after the event. See, I mean, Beale, and any manager for that matter, are putting their name to it, and they're putting their ideas out there before a game, and we all can be smart, as well. We all can be smart after the event. No, I mean, it's easy being smart after the event. But you've got to put your plan out there. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's the nature of the game you're playing. You've got to go out there, put your plan in place, and try to make it happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does happen, take the plaudits. And so far, he's getting more right than mine.
This team, Andy, this will be the since the Van Broncos come in and the defeat against Hibs in this competition last year, in the four different competitions, we haven't lost a knockout tie.
It's amazing, isn't it, how stats can look. I mean,
a knockout tie, yeah.
You can't argue. No, you can't. It's an unbelievable record, really, isn't it? If you look at it and like I say, stats are. It's just the one games or whatever we do that don't bring us that trophy, isn't it? But look, we can get this right. It's early doors for him. If we get the right signings, guys that he believes in, and then we go again. But there's 2 trophies to play. There's 2 All Firm games. There's plenty football left, and he keeps getting them going and getting it into the heat that we can get results. Because at the end of the day, no matter who we're playing, if we keep getting results, you get confidence off of that, don't you? Or you should do. And that's what we've got to do. And getting into a final should give every player in that team a lift. They want to go forward and try and make the season then end up brightly for us, and from where it was after the Champions League and the St Johnstone and St Mirren. So we need to go. We're not getting beat at the moment, touch wood. And let's keep it that way and try and hopefully get to the end of the season with some good nights and good afternoons. We'll be happy, and then we'll start again. We'll build and get ready for next season for that championship.
Good nights. I'm not going out with Albert again.
I'm not going out with you again. That was a 2-day job to recover. I'm strictly third division, mate. I'm not a Premiership behavior. I'm a third division. That's me. Amateur, practically amateur.
You enjoyed it at the time.
Oh, I did.
And which stays in tour? What happens in tour stays in tour.
Oh, that's it. Oh, aye, definitely. She the white light and the rubber hose on me, but I didn't let it in. I just didn't.
Thank you, well done, mate. Proud of you. Right, anyway, he's the team, Albert.
The team is McGregor, Tav, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Tillman, Kent, Morelos, Sakala.
Substitutes: McLaughlin, Kamara, Wright, Roof, McCann, Arfield, King, Devine and Lowry. Okay, so Roof coming back. Didn't look fit, same as Jolak didn't look fit. He's not made the bench this week. Andy, we can't catch a break, can we?
No, I've never known a run of injuries like that. We did have a bad period in the middle of the 9 in a row, didn't we, where we had a lot of injuries at the time. But this outweighs anything I can ever remember, while following the Rangers. So hopefully we can get that side of it sorted and, have a good, strong back. Like Beale says, he's wanting them all fit, so he's got 2 looking at each other and putting pressure on the guy that's got the jumper at the time. So if we can get that, it will be better for everybody concerned, won't it?
Yeah, hi.
26 players, 26 players, and I was counting out the other day. There are 26 players, and I think there's only 5 of them this season who've not been injured. 21 of them have already, sometime along the line's been injured.
Well, at the back end of last week, he was talking about the young boy McCrory getting a shot, but he can't at the moment because he's injured. You're laughing. How did that happen?
I was thinking about the Roof and Hadji, I think.
Aye. Hadji, he'll be back hopefully soon. He's back in training. Big Suter's back training. I thought we might have seen him on the bench today, Suter. I thought we might have done the way he was talking, but obviously he's went with King, and he's coming back for injury as well, It's amazing. I mean, Scott Wright, Mr. Consistency, he's never injured, is he? Did they take that one up? No.
No, I know he's always turned out well. I heard you. I keep on hearing you. You got to touch the ball to get. Well, right enough. You don't have to touch the ball to get injured. The Rangers, you just get injured because it's time for you to be injured. We never get told half of these players why they're injured.
no, it doesn't really matter, mate, is it? If they're not playing, they're no fit. And that's what happens sometimes, Andy, with some managers. When players are, they're injured and they can't affect the first team, they ignore them, and then the relationships aren't great. It's a tightrope you walk as a manager all the time.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? You could have a guy that's playing absolutely brilliant, gets out of the team, or picks up a bad injury, comes back, like you say, don't get talked to and all that, and they don't get back in the team, and that causes animosity between the manager and the player, doesn't it? That's just the way it is, isn't it? You think, well, I should be in there, although, the guy that's probably got his shots playing really well. I've always found it, when I played and all that, when we had the teams and all that, if you went out for your injury and a guy come in, I used to back them up. I wasn't happy that I couldn't get in, but you back them up because it's a team. You don't always have to get on with each other, but as long as you play for that team on that 90 minutes every time you go to the park, that's all that matters. You got to think for the good of the team, haven't you? At times, like you say, sometimes you learn a lot more when you're sat out. Sounds a daft thing to say, but I know what you get. I know what you're saying.
Unfortunately for the managers, it's a here and a now, isn't it? They can't afford to pander to injured players. It's just a fact. It's a results-driven business, and somebody's not going to help them if he's sitting at a treatment table. You know what I mean? So that's the current manager is dealing with here and now. That's what he's dealing with. He's living the now. You know the future of what's going to happen. Look at Van Bronckhorst. All the players injured. I mean, he can't live and sit and go, Helner's back and Hadji's back and Roof's back, and it's all going to be better. It doesn't look, your results are crap the now, mate. It's no what's going to happen in 6 months or next year. It's right now. And that's why these managers, don't get me wrong, I think Bill is sort of empathy with injured players and he talks to them, blah, blah, blah. But you don't get the same treatment as you do as fit players. And rightly so, by the way, because the fit players are ready to make themselves available to play. They can influence stuff. Injured players can't.
Aye, I think as a manager you've got a responsibility because you've got to think that in 4 weeks' time that guy's going to be back. I might need him. You've got to be good. It's a tightrope you walk. Who works carrot and stick, Andy? You need to know the guy's personality, innit?
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? It's getting that balance right, innit? And also when the players are out, that could be, the main men in your team, and the guy's playing well, you've got to say, look, you're going to wait your chance or fight harder in training. I can't drop this guy because he's playing well, But as I said, looking at that team, and you look at it there, relative to what we're thinking, you look at it and think, oh, it's quite strong. You know what I mean? You get that Lawrence fit and all that, you get him back in. And like he said, and that's what he's aiming for, isn't it? He's looking at guys that are going to challenge the guys that are in the team. Because even the injured guys are not going to walk straight back in the team. They've had too long out. That would be stupid anyway, because they're not match fit. So he's going to have to bring them in gradually anyway, whichever way you look at it. It's just hoping that the players that are on the back now stay strong and start getting his results. And then he has a nice headache instead of a one, well, who am I going to play? That's what we're aiming for.
I just want two players that comes into our first team that's going to improve our team by 5%. That makes sense. Two of them when we improve by 10%. That's a big leap, Albert. That's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely, mate. It would make some difference. It really would make some difference. I'm hoping it's the midfield, mate. I'll be honest with you. That's where I can see the improvement required. Don't get me wrong, the forward line's is scoring more goals, obviously they can, but you've got goals in the squad. You've got Tillman, you've got Cholak, you've got Roof, you've got Wee Sakala. These players score goals. So you're needing players to provide them the chances now. And that's where you're missing. And if we can get that improved, I said an upgrade in Lundstrom and Jack, in my opinion. But if we can get that improved, what a difference. What a difference it would make in that team.
Yeah. Right. Final thoughts. The one and only AFL. That's Andy for Leeds.
Well, I've got to the end of the show with my teeth all intact and not a bad kicking today, so enjoyed it. I hope the result goes our way. Thanks for having me.
Always good to have you on, mate. Always good to have you on. Albert?
Aye, good to be on, mate. Quite looking forward to this game. Quite excited about this. Hope we put a performance in that we put in the second half of the Dundee, but if we don't, just win the game. And I'm sure we will.
Yep, thanks to Gary for joining us, the one and only Andy Felix and the legend that is Albert. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, remembering that the game can go to extra time. Hopefully not, with a Rangers victory. Take it away, old school blue.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Successful team in football, we're Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, we've followed near.